The city of Pokrovsk in the Donbass is well and truly in Moscow's sights. As we drive in, it is almost deserted.
The front lines near Pokrovsk are at breaking point. For months, this area has been one of the most violent flashpoints in Ukraine, a sprawling battlefield where the fate of the Donbass hangs in the balance. As Russian forces throw immense resources at this one axis, threatening to punch through Ukrainian lines, Kyiv has had to commit some of its most hardened troops, the veterans of the Azov movement. This is the story of their desperate defence, a clash that could determine whether Ukraine holds the line or if Russia achieves a catastrophic breakthrough. To understand the ferocious battle of Pokrovsk, you need to understand what it represents. This city isn't just another name on a map. It's a critical logistical artery for the Ukrainian military in the east, or at least it was. Historically, Pokrovsk served as a primary hub for supplies and for troops, but by mid-2026, relentless Russian strikes and its sheer proximity to the fighting have shattered its infrastructure and forced Ukrainian logistics to adapt and disperse. Today, the city is largely a destroyed, depopulated shell of its former self, a testament to the brutal fighting for the surrounding region. The push towards Pokrovsk became a major Russian objective after their capture of Avdiivka in early 2024. It wasn't an immediate goal, but as Russian forces advanced westward, capturing this ruined hub became a key step in their broader campaign to occupy the entire Donetsk Oblast. For months, the front has been the scene of relentless assaults. The Pokrovsk direction frequently emerges as one of the most active sectors along the entire front line, with Ukrainian General Staff reports sometimes indicating dozens of separate attacks in a single day. This constant grinding pressure created an incredibly dangerous situation, with analysts warning that Ukrainian defences were stretched to their absolute limit, forcing Kyiv to make some hard choices. Facing a potential crisis, Ukraine's High Command deployed its strategic reserves, and that includes some of Ukraine's most famous and formidable fighters. According to Ukrainian sources and open source intelligence, units with roots in the Azov movement were sent into the Pokrovsk sector. When we say Azov in 2026, it's important to be specific. The name refers to several distinct, highly motivated units that share a common lineage. This includes the 12th Special Purpose Brigade Azov of the National Guard, as well as units like the 3rd Separate Assault Brigade of the Ukrainian Ground Forces, which was formed from Azov veterans. These are separate formations, but their shared history and ethos mean that they are often sent to plug the most critical gaps. Their mission was clear: stabilise a front that was bending under extreme pressure and, if possible, push back. Their reputation is built on aggressive defence and counterpunching. Their arrival signalled a shift in Ukrainian tactics in the area, from desperately holding on to actively trying to disrupt and destroy the enemy's momentum. So how exactly are they holding the line? The defence of the Pokrovsk sector is a showcase of Ukraine's 21st century approach to war. It's a fluid, three-dimensional battlefield where technology and tactics are constantly evolving. The core of the strategy is a lethal combination of drone reconnaissance, precision artillery, and rapid infantry response. FPV drones are the all-seeing eyes and claws of the front line, hunting everything from a single soldier in a foxhole to high-valued armoured vehicles. As Russian forces try to advance, they walk into a multi-layered kill zone. Drones spot them first. That intel is instantly relayed to artillery crews who can unleash a storm of shells, or to other drone teams armed with anti-tank munitions. This has fundamentally changed the math for large-scale mechanised assaults. In one reported engagement, a major Russian mechanised attack was smashed by a coordinated defence using drones, artillery and remotely laid minefields, showing how prepared defences can neutralise a big push before it even gets going. Of course, both sides adapt. Russian forces have increasingly turned to smaller, harder-to-detect infiltration groups, sometimes using motorcycles or ATVs for speed, trying to sneak past the drone overwatch. In response, Ukrainian defenders use their own drones to track these groups, with snipers and other units picking them off with precision fire before they can establish a foothold. It's a granular, intelligence-driven fight where battles are won or lost based on who sees who first. Holding the line isn't just about defending, it's also about hitting back. Ukrainian forces, including Azov-affiliated units, have conducted numerous local counterattacks to regain lost ground and throw Russian forces off balance. While you might see sensational reports of massive counter-offences, the reality is a more deliberate and brutal fight for every metre of scorched earth. Still, there have been documented successes. For their part, Azov-linked units have released their own reports from the front. In one such claim, which cannot be independently verified, they stated that in just 2 days of combat, 151 Russian personnel were eliminated and another 8 were taken prisoner in their area of operations. But any success here comes at an almost unimaginable cost. The battle for the Pokrovsk sector is a brutal meat grinder. Russia, with a significant advantage in manpower, continues to push forward, albeit at a much slower pace, using assault tactics that show a high tolerance for casualties to make even the smallest of gains. Videos from both sides paint a grim picture of a landscape scarred by endless shelling, littered with the wreckage of armour and the devastating human toll of the war. For Ukraine, the defence is equally costly. Holding back such a large force requires immense sacrifice. The fighting is relentless, and the strain on the defenders is crushing. Their resilience is undeniable, but it's a grim reminder of the price being paid to keep this front from collapsing. As of late June 2026, the situation around Pokrovsk remains incredibly tense. Russian forces continue to press their attacks, making the Pokrovsk sector one of the most intense in the entire front. Assessments from sources like the Institute for the Study of War note that while Russian forces are still conducting offensive operations, their gains are often incremental and come at very high cost, with a front line that is constantly in flux. The front line itself is a chaotic mix of controlled territory and grey zones. Small Russian infiltration groups sometimes manage to slip through the defences, leading to chaotic firefights in areas that were once considered relatively safe. Reports from June 2026 describe Russian forces attempting to infiltrate areas around nearby Konstantinivka using small infantry groups, highlighting that the threat isn't just a frontal assault, but a multi-pronged effort to destabilise the entire defensive line. The overall picture is one of strategic attrition. While Russia's massive offensive has been slowed, its advances becoming costly and piecemeal, it still largely retains the initiative in this sector. Ukraine's defence, bolstered by elite units, has been effective at absorbing these attacks and inflicting heavy losses, but they haven't been able to stop the threat entirely. This war has become a contest of logistics, technology and sheer endurance. So is this the last stand of the Azov units? The term is dramatic, but it captures the desperation and importance of this fight. For now, the area around Pokrovsk remains contested, a testament to the will of its defenders. The massive Russian breakthrough that seemed possible months ago has, for now, been fought to a costly, grinding stalemate on this sector of the front. Ukraine has shown remarkable ability to adapt, blending advanced technology with sheer grit to counter a numerically superior enemy. The defensive systems seen near Pokrovsk, a web of drones, artillery and elite infantry, has become a blueprint for how a smaller military can hold its ground. But the question remains, is it sustainable? Russia continues to adapt its own tactics and pour resources into the fight. The battle for the Donbass is far from over. It is the symbol of a wider war, a bloody, attritional struggle where neither side can land a decisive knockout blow. The front line here isn't just holding, it's been ground down day by day in the ruins of eastern Ukraine. The fate of Pokrovsk, and perhaps the war itself, will be decided by those who can endure the grind the longest. If you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.